reboot my whole life. So I'll get started in a second. Guys missed out on the good song. Like this is a nice song. It's just not like one of my favorites. But it has that like vibe that I kind of wanted. Hi, hello, welcome. If you're watching the VOD or whatever. What was I gonna... I like got stuck mentally. I'm like, wait, do I want to mention what I literally just finished talking about? Hopefully the playlist is a bit better today. The audio levels I adjusted. I just swapped out some songs. I literally was just talking about that, and then I thought, oh, I should probably like record what I'm saying. So hopefully it's a little bit better today. Today we're gonna be drawing more of my homework. I'm in between. I have 2 different projects. I think I'll start with one and then swap over to the other one later, depending on how I'm feeling or the vibe. Or like if I hit a good flow with it or whatever. Because one of them I'm just cleaning up line work. Technically both, like it's a 2-part. And then the other one is like I'm still sketching it. So we'll start with the one that is like cleaning up line work. Just because I'm like in a decent spot with it, but I'm not gonna do like too much work on that one just because it's still like pretty early. Like it's not like due. I mean, they're both in the early stages. They're not due soon. This one, this first one is like I'm a bit more ahead, kind of more so compared to other people, just because I kind of go crazy over like, oh my god. Let me swap over. Also, I learned how to crop things. I learned how to crop things. Finally, I had to look it up. I'm like, how do you do it? And you hold Alt. So now, that's why the background's a little bit like different. I swapped it out for a different one. I kind of like the original texture one a little bit more, but whatever. But now I have it. That's also why the font is a lot smaller and is more like up top, because I didn't think at first. I was like, I don't know how to crop. But now that I do, this is what I'm working on, by the way. I wanted to have the song showing up top like at all times, just because before I just had it like in the back. You couldn't see it, so you couldn't tell what song was playing. I just wanted to have it up here. I think that's pretty nice. Also, maybe I didn't need to render this video in 1080p. I just didn't know how pixelated and unreadable the font was gonna become. But I think it's okay, actually. I think I would have been fine at 720. Save me just a couple of gigs in space. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Also, I don't know if I want to be listening to this playlist. Let me go. Where is my playlist? Monitor off. Okay, so you should still be able to hear it. It's just I am not able to, because I want to pull up a video. I want to pull up stuff for me to watch. YouTube. I did this last time and it kind of got a little bit derailed. I don't even know what I want to watch, honestly. I don't. But I need to not get distracted. I'm definitely not gonna get distracted. For real. My post was liked by pro streamers on Twitter. So that's cool. Oh, that's so. Oh, Scourge the Hedgehog! Okay, we need to talk about. I need to address the title also. Let me scroll back up, pick a thing. Hold on. What the heck is that? I need to stop getting distracted. Okay, we're gonna put on Me Canyon. For me. Only for me. Wait. Like, oh, I gotta turn the volume down. Yay! Yay! What an iPad baby am I. Literally. I just have it because I'm like, wait a minute, I can do the like picture-in-picture thing. So I did that and then just dragged it over because I have OBS on the second monitor so that I can like see it better. So, oh, let me check real quick. As soon as I opened OBS, it was like, cool. It's like minimal lag. OBS was like, do you want to update? And I'm like, sure, fine. Why not? And then I was like, oh, let me do the whole like cropping thing and whatever. And then I like started cropping things, and then I was trying to crop the like Krita display. Because usually I'll have it showing like the whole window, which includes like, you know, like all my tools and then like the color picker and my layers and stuff. That's all on the left side and the top and stuff. And I'm like, I just don't want that like visible. I wanted to crop that off. I've been wanting to for a while because then it just makes the actual like visible canvas like smaller for your perspective. I think I'm already on the right color. Maybe not, because I think I saw it move. So, let me also explain what this is. So our this current project that we just got, which is funny because the like actual assignment listing I think shows that it's due the 21st, but that's definitely not happening, because he said that he wants sketches. Also the 21st is a Monday, but he's like, oh, but I want sketches next week when I see you, because he canceled class Thursday. Just a little bit smaller. Yeah. So he's like, when I see you guys on Tuesday, I want to see sketches at least. And I'm over here like like generally people in that class are like on par with like where he wants us to be. And then there's me. That like I am very fast with my like research and stuff. Like, I don't screw around when it comes to research. I'll make like a whole like multi-page Google Doc of all of my research. And it's fine, I'll fix it. Yeah. And I'll have like all the links and everything that I use. I take my research very seriously. I try to be very thorough with it, and it's like so unserious. Yeah. Like it's just like because this project is it's a two-parter, like folklore. This one is for Folklorico, and then the other one, which I think I'll switch to in a second, just because this one's like pretty like sculpted so far. I haven't really worked on the other one much because I don't care for it quite as much. Even though I think the details of that one are more figured out, I just like the look of this one. Because I originally had some other sketches for it initially. I was kind of in between some options. Because this was, and then with the like colors, which looking at the colors aren't bad actually. Like these are just kind of placeholder colors. I need to figure out more what I'm gonna do in the blue background there. But because it's a poster, I want it to have a space for text. It's just, I don't know what the text is gonna be yet, or how much of it, or you know, stuff like that. Last time for the project, we were given like the body copy or whatever. I mean, it was just like, it was an opera poster, so there wasn't much. But this one, like, we don't know Like, it's gonna be for like advertising events, but we don't know what the copy's gonna be. But my other option was this one, and I really liked this one. I liked the back shot of her. I liked the idea of getting more like detail in there for her with like that more up close image. But I really liked this one as a poster. Like, I feel like this one works good as a poster because it leaves bigger sections of like negative space to allow for more of that body copy in there. The other one, the mariachi one, does not do that. I really like this one and the mariachi one that I chose. Like, those were my favorites. Those are the ones that I preferred. So then when I showed them in class to get everyone's opinion, honestly, I'm like struggling with the frills right here just because I like how they are on this side. I just don't know if it's correct how I'm doing it here. We'll figure that out when I get into class. Because I'll just ask people and be like, hey, what do you think of this? I think I will. Oh, I gotta pull that up. I'm like, I just need to sculpt this a little bit more. Yeah. And like, it'll look a little bit better when I have it like colored too, because certain shapes will be better differentiated. So I need to redo the frills, like, because I originally had it like, but it was not. It wasn't like this. Like, this is more what I'm aiming for in terms of the shape. Kind of tutu-ish. That wasn't what I had before. That was a lot more erratic because it was just a sketch that I'm like... Now I'm carving out the sketch to make it more of the finished line work. Which I love doing. It's so, like... Whoops. It's so funny that I do that now. Because for a long time it was just like, okay, sketch layer, and then on top of that you do a very like refined line art layer. But now I'm just like, do your sketch in the line art and then just go back and clean it up. And yeah, you get little like artifacts, like stuff like this that you need to go back and clean, or like the process of cleaning. You just leave behind like itty bitty little details like that you often won't see, like this. That's like just an artifact from like shaving down the line, and then it just missed like a tiny bit. I'm gonna redo the flowers too, obviously. Let me focus one thing at a time. But it's funny because the like this whole like style of like sculpting out the line work, like that started like just like randomly on a whim from when I was doing the like Animal Crossing boysonas. Cause like, well, like the first time I did those, like the Animal Crossing characters, I don't know if I like that. Sorry, I'm focusing. Sorry guys, I'm cooking. Okay. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, the first time that I did those, the boysonas, I did the whole thing, like, in one layer. Like, I did the line art very, like, messily, in a very messy way, and then I went back and, like, kind of carved out the, like, outsides of it, but still left the insides kind of messy, and then I went over that and, like, I did the coloring, like, on top of the line art, all on the same layer. I don't know why I did that. I don't know what possessed me to do that. I think it just, there are certain, like, artworks or artists that I would see that it's like it looks like they did that. Like, I think there was just a certain kind, a very specific kind of line variation that they had that had this like carved quality to their line art. And I really, really liked that. Also, my video finished. 5 almonds daily, no cancer. I'm just like not even... I did not pay attention at all to the video. I've been watching a lot of Meat Canyon lately. Ooh. Okay, anyway. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Like, I still had the picture-in-picture, like, box up, but the video went back to, like, the web tab. And I don't know why I did that. Like, I don't know. I don't know, like, both of my screens, like, went dark for a second. I don't know if you guys saw that or not. Move my phone over. I want to see who the heck this pro streamer is. Empowering streamers to shine. I regularly get okay. I am still getting or emails from because I get emails from Streamlabs, even though I don't even use Streamlabs anymore. I still get emails from them that are like, you could get sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Like, I get like multiple of those. And I'm like, no, I'm okay. And it's funny because we've hit the point where the Raid Shadow Legends hate is so prevalent, like everyone just knows automatically, like, don't take a Raid Shadow Legends, they're bad, but I don't know why they're bad. Like, it's just such an accepted thing that you just hear that and you're like, okay, you just accept it and move on. I'm like, what? A major company being bad? Who's surprised? Literally nobody. Literally nobody. Which is also why the whole, like, boycotting Starbucks thing is, like, really funny to me. Because people are, like, fighting over it and stuff, and I'm like, dude, I'm sorry, why do we need a reason to be, like, not going to a major corporation and instead going to local businesses? Like, isn't this what we wanted anyways? Like, if you can. It's just really funny. I don't even really... I mentioned this the other day, actually, to talk about Starbucks. When the matcha lavender drink came out, and there was just this influx of people, like, devoted to, you know, Starbucks or whatever, being like, ew, it's gross, it tastes like grass, and, like, perfume, and I'm like, that's the best part! That is the best part. I love drinking the perfume grass. It's so good. I literally went and got a lavender matcha boba today. It was so good. That might be why I have a slight headache, but it's fine. I was shaking earlier also, but it's okay. That was my early birthday gift to myself. Because my birthday is tomorrow. I'm thinking, I'm like, ooh, do I want to erase these? Because I think the hat is a good shape. I'd maybe just fix that just slightly. Yeah. I think the hat's pretty good though. I like the way that the hand came out. I feel like maybe that finger is a little bit too long, but I always struggle with that. I don't know, it's just, I was struggling with the posing initially. Because the sketch was very fluid, but then I started to actually do the thumbnail was very fluid, but then I did the actual sketch on top of it, and I was like, oh, I don't know, I'm just not getting the right flow, and like because I like to very much, what is that, the contrapposto? No, not impasto. I think it's contrapposto, where like, you know, your hips tilt in a way that is opposite to like your shoulders or whatever. You know, the like you could draw someone like that, but the more interesting way is to like have your hips, so you have more of a, and that's how you like get more like exaggerative poses and stuff. I love doing that so much. It's just I was kind of struggling with it just because there's so much of the outfit, so it was kind of hard to show the it was kind of hard to show like the actual posing of the body because the outfit was like so big. So then it had some kind of like awkward results. I didn't care for it. I was struggling with it. And that kind of made me lean towards the other sketch initially. But I was like, no. We're gonna fix it because I really like the composition of this one. I like wanted to save it. I wanted to fix it. What if? I'm like, no, I'll finish the... Let me pull up my reference really quick. I want to do the skirt, or like the ruffles at around her waist. Where is it? All I heard is, what the fuck? I want to be best friends with a monkey. I'm watching Danny Gonzalez now. Oh, here we go. Here's my reference. Oh, where you can't see her waist at all because it's covered in the pose. Let me pull up my other references then. Give me a second. Project 2. Go to Folklorico. Here we go. This was a good pose that I found. And really, I don't really need a reference for this one. Like, I'm just gonna, I don't know, I just want to have one to look at. Because I know the top part, this that I've made like super like loopy and stuff, it is supposed to have like that like lacy kind of like ruffling at the end. Originally the plan was to like do all of this and then go back again and like carve out like the bumps for the laces and stuff. But I don't think I want to. I just don't feel like it. I'm like, man, it was hard enough getting this kind of shape going and this like flow. I don't want to do it again. And I'll also have to make it like bumpy and still look good. We're just not gonna do that. Let's see. 5 almond daily, no cancer. None? So if you have like 20 almonds a day, are you like immune to... You can look at someone, or you can share your blood with someone and their cancer is like cured? I should probably start on the other leg, just because I want to preserve all of my careful ruffling up here. Oops. Wait. Oh, I was on the wrong layer. There we go. Wait a minute. Am I... Wait, why? Why is this double, why are there two? I don't know why I'm like, wait a minute, there's a group inside the group, but... Okay, I don't know why I did that. Because I'm like, oh yeah, that's all the line art. It's in the right spot. It's not in the wrong spot or anything. I thought I was like on the wrong layer. I don't know. I don't know. I do not know. Let's see. Raisin water? I'm sorry. They should try making raisins that have the water built into them. That would be great. I'm just gonna quote what he's saying now. I don't know. I've been watching more like Danny Gonzalez, Drew Gooden, Meat Canyon, more of like the commentary stuff lately, just because I've kind of run out of other things to watch, or the stuff that I have on my list is gonna require more attention that I just don't have the time to give. Like if I want to have a video playing because I'm tired of listening to music while I like work on my essay or reading or whatever, I need it to be something that is very like, I'm not gonna pay attention to it. I've been like telling myself like I need to watch more like streaming service stuff since we have all of the streaming services for an indeterminate amount of time because we might be getting rid of some. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. Like I've had stuff. There was literally I came home late one night from school. And I think I even got home like kind of early-ish, like earlier than normal. And then I was just like talking to my mom on the couch while I'm eating. Yeah. And then after a while, because she just has like a show on the TV, after a while she starts to like fall asleep. And then I become accidentally heavily invested in the show to the point where it's like I get home at like 7:30 or something. I don't take my shower until like 10 o'clock at night though. Because I'm just like, I don't want to walk away. I'm such a sucker for like murder mystery. Like I love murder mysteries. I love a good like mystery to solve. So I would hate Sherlock because you're not allowed to solve the mysteries in Sherlock. You're supposed to be amazed when Sherlock does it. Slightly lighten it. Oh wait, no, I don't actually need to do that. Because I'm gonna just cut it off right there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So, the show was, I believe it's Only Murders in the Building, which ended up being very interesting. Because you know what it was I just happened to be watching on like the last or second to last episode, where it's like they start to like finally pick up the pieces of like, oh my god, this is who the killer is. I'm like, oh my god, that's amazing, that's so cool. And so then I was just like sucked in, and I watched like 2 episodes. They were like an hour each. So then we finished it, and I'm like, damn. And then afterwards I like realized, I'm like, oh my god, I didn't do anything else. Like, I need to go to bed now. I need to go shower now. Damn it. So I'm like, oh, I should probably actually keep more of the back and the forth, the ebb and the flow going. Yeah. I don't think I'm Greg. I don't think I'm subscribed to him, actually. I'm one of those. I'm very like selective about who I subscribe to. I don't even like look at subscriptions usually. It's usually just whoever like shows up. And like, of course, your home feed is curated to what you usually watch. So it's like, usually if someone uploads that I am subscribed to, then it'll automatically, like, it'll just put it in my homepage. But then also, like, even if I'm not subscribed to that person and they upload, like, it'll put it in my homepage if, like, there's a new video or something. And I feel like a lot of people don't really look at their subscriptions anymore. Or, like, we follow people on social media, so it's like if they put out a new video, you're probably gonna see it first, either from them posting about it on like Twitter or something, or Blue Sky. Now it's Blue Sky, or like in their Discord or something. Come on, there we go. I'm like, do I want to? I'm like, do I want to line it like I probably should, but I'm like, do I want to extend it like I did those? I think I'll just kind of like start from in and then, you know, like I don't, because with these I like made the inside line and then I extended it to like figure out that ripple and stuff, which was cool. I like how it came out, especially like all in here, like it's very like overlapping. They're less fond of, but I don't know if it's necessarily right or wrong. I don't know if it's correct or not, or like, I don't know. Anyway. I was such a good boy today. Finishing my essay that I was like struggling with it. I was like so stressed over it for a while. And I was like struggling to, I like actually, because it's an online class, but I spent like a whole like morning or whatever, or whole day, or like most of a day, like trying to like look for articles to like reference. And I was just struggling so much, or like find things. And I'm like, I don't know. Like I could spin it as like this kind of point and have that like this kind of like research to back it up, but is that like correct? Like, is that what I should even be doing? So I don't usually even ask questions or anything for the professor, or if I do, it's like one-on-one, like I'll ask after class or something. Like I'm not usually one to just be like, what do you mean by that actually? Unless we're in like a one-on-one setting. However, I just like was like, I need to just email her. So there was a day that I like emailed her, and you know what it was I went to school. It was a day that I don't usually go to school, but I went because there was gonna be a club meeting, and I'm like, I've been wanting to go to the graphic design club meetings, but I've just never, like, they meet on days that I don't have school, so it's an extra trip for me. And those days that I don't have school, I usually like have to dedicate to like reading or like doing an essay assignment or something. But that day I'm like, okay, we're not gonna do the reading because it was like a Wednesday, so I'm like, okay, we're not gonna do the reading today. I'll like push it to like Friday instead of doing it Wednesday, because I think for a while it was no, actually I don't think I was ever really doing it Wednesdays. I think I would do my art history Mondays. Originally I would do my CFS Mondays and the art history Fridays, so I was technically like a little bit ahead, and then I switched it more recently to I swapped them. That way I do like the art history reading like the day before that we actually like talk about that section in class, or currently I'm like technically kind of ahead. Like she would, I think, take a little bit longer than planned for like some of the lectures. Yeah. Music 1 PN03. I don't know what PN03 is. I don't remember. I know I looked it up because I was finding these online, but I don't remember what the game was. I just thought it sounded nice. Actually, we'll give it a little bit, a little bit of a bump. A bit of swag to it. Yeah. That was such a good little guide today. Finishing my essay that I was struggling with. Oh yeah, because I eventually just like caved and like reached out to her, the professor. I like sent her, because the essay is based on like trends in your family. From like the family tree diagram that you make, and so I sent her the diagram, and then I was like, okay, here are the like patterns that I found that I was gonna write about, but I'm like, is this the right thing to focus on, or is there like other things? Because it felt like I was like, the two themes that I picked to focus on, like that was just kind of it. Like I couldn't really find anything else to focus on. I didn't know what else to focus on. So I just kind of was like, okay, can you like help clarify, like, am I being too broad or too narrow with these themes, or like, is there something else that I can pick, or is there even like, am I even doing the right thing? Because we didn't have like a chapter or a class period or a lecture or anything that was like, oh, these are themes that we see in family structures or whatever. Like it wasn't like a list to pick from. It was just kind of like, what are patterns that you notice? And I'm like, that could be like anything. But she said my like diagram was good and stuff, and then she such a godsend. She was like, okay, this is how you would phrase these themes for like the purpose of the essay, and then here are some like keywords or things to focus on when looking for research articles. I'm like, that is exactly what I needed. Thank you so much. So happy. But then after that, I was still like struggling to find things, because certain like concepts that I was looking at just did not have really any like research behind them, or at least that was like publicly available. I found one article that like I was reading the abstract for, and I'm like, this is like perfect. This is exactly what I need. This appeals exactly to what I want to talk about and discuss. And and then I click on it to like go to the actual website that it's on to read it, and it's like, file not found, and I'm like, damn it, no. I'm so upset because I'm like, this is what I've been looking for, and it's not here, and I can't do anything about it. Let me go pull up another. What do I wanna? I need to drink more water. I'm probably gonna need to plug in my laptop soon. I'm like, I should probably put on something long. Ooh, what was that? What was that? The most unhinged. Oh, Goosebumps! Let's go. Oh, you guys are listening to Dialga's Fight to the Finish? Let's go. See, that was the... that was the thing that, like, caused the playlist to go downhill. Was I was like, oh, well, technically... It started with Thunderwave Cave, because I'm like, oh, I love Thunderwave Cave. It's got a great sound to it. It's, like, similar to what I was kind of looking for. But then, you know, then it recommends, like, oh, Dialga's Fight to the Finish. And I'm like, oh, I love that one. We love Dialga's Fight to the Finish. And then after that, it, like, was recommending more of, like, the final fights and the orchestral music. And I'm like, these are great. I love these so much. Gates to Infinity was such a slept-on game. I don't particularly care for Super Mystery Dungeon, especially because the twist at the end just kind of felt like it was there for the sake of being like, look, we're being different, and it's like, okay, but there's no point being different if it doesn't make sense. I know I think I talked about that last time, so I won't, like, dwell on it, but I really like Super Mystery Dungeon. Also, I was gassing up Ghost Trick to some of the people in class, because I think I brought up that, like, oh, I love murder mysteries. I love a good murder mystery. That's why I got sucked into Only Murders in the Building, is because it's a murder mystery, and I love those. If it wasn't for, like, all of the, like, restraint I need to have towards, like, watching, like, shows, and also just my, like, inability to log it. Like, I have the password for Hulu now. I did not for a while. So I'm like, I can finally access Hulu and watch stuff on Hulu. But I just don't. I just don't. Because I know that when I log in, it's gonna, like, ask someone else to log in. Or, like, to give the okay to log in. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to bug someone else. So I just don't. So I just don't get to watch any of the stuff that I should be watching. And then I just rewatch the same stuff on YouTube over and over and over again. And even then, like, last time, I believe it was last stream, that I was like, oh, or no, maybe it was the one before it, that I was like, oh, I'm gonna be watching Quentin Reviews videos because I'm gonna do a video on him. And then it just, like, never, like, because I'm stuck at the, like, Timmy Turner, like, Grow Up Timmy Turner, because I know that one has, like, that one's gonna require a lot of notes. So I'm like, I don't want to be, like, in class, like, working on like, one of my projects, and then have to be, like, stopping repeatedly to take notes. Or, like, if I'm in my night class, my professor will, like, walk around just to, like, check on us and, like, see our progress and stuff. The other day, I was in class, and I have Meat Canyon playing in the little, like, picture-in-picture thing on the corner of my screen. I think we were, like, talking a little bit, like, she was asked something or something like that. But then she was like, what are you watching? And I'm like, it was his, like, Christmas video. I'm like, Meat Canyon. She's like, oh yeah. I'm like, yeah, he has like a live action channel now too, or he's had one for a while. I'm like, it's just a Christmas video, like, because it was recommended. But she was like, oh, I'll have to check that out. I didn't know he had that. I'm like, oh, actually? I'm like, actually, like, if you're actually interested, I recommend the pizza ranking one, because that one's really good. I've, like, rewatched that one repeatedly. Because Margaret, first of all, Margaret is, like, hard to look at, but also so good. They did a great job making Margaret. Which, for those that don't know, Margaret is the, I think she's like a puppet. But she's like an actual full-sized oven that is like a living oven made in like the Meat Canyon style. So she's like all fleshy and she has like boobs hanging off and stuff. It's crazy to look at. Like, it's kind of gross to look at too. Just in like the typical, like, Meat Canyon definitely, like, it's got the Meat Canyon style. But like she's hard to look at, but she's so good. And also just I don't know who was like controlling her. Cause there's like someone that's like voicing her behind and like kind of puppeteering she's very, very limited in her movement. But they move her like eyes and like her mouth and stuff, like open, close. But they just, she was really funny. Like, they did such a good job with her. It was great. So I love that video. Oh yeah, so for those who don't know, we're gonna date I like talking about current events during these streams, like, but also it heavily dates them. Twitter, X, whatever, who cares? Twitter, is like updating their privacy stuff or whatever, and they're just like, yeah, like, I think currently you, like, there's a setting, like, there's something in your settings, like a switch you can turn on and off to allow them to use your posts to train their AI. And you can opt out of it, but I think it automatically turns back on every month. And I didn't know that. I think there's something like that for Instagram too, but I don't think, at least when I, like, saw a lot of posts going around about it of like, oh, make sure you go in your settings and turn it off every month. It like wasn't a feature available in the US. Like, other countries could do that, but people in the US could not. I'm like, oh, that sucks. Ooh. No, I do need to extend this, I think. Because that's how I liked the overlapping of up here, so I think I need to do that for down here too. Darn. Oh well. Oh yeah, but yeah, that made a lot of people like freak out, and they're like, uh-oh, like you can't even, like I think you're not even gonna be able to opt out. Like, you're just gonna be forced to have your stuff be fed to the AI. And a lot of people are like, that's really not cool. So there's been the second round, maybe even third round of people jumping ship to go to Blue Sky. I mean, given that Elon can also hi Misty. I mean, given that Elon can also only sell Cybertrucks in the US due to lower standards compared to other countries, it kind of says a lot about US regulation of AI. Yeah, well, I mean, even like privacy stuff in general, like other countries are a lot more strict about like collection of personal information, especially for like children. So it's just the US in general just does not care about protecting the privacy of its people because it knows, like, it prioritizes the money associated with that. And it's so, I'm like so sick of it. Like, I feel like it's a recurring conversation of people be like, oh, the death of like child's friendly spaces, and I'm like, what if, like, I feel like that can just be extended to just the death of people friendly spaces. Like Twitter, even aside from the whole AI thing and lack of like privacy rights and stuff, like Twitter, and I feel like all, like most of the social medias will encourage like horrible behavior. Once again, it all comes down to money. Essentially, yeah. Like social medias like Twitter and stuff encourage the like horrible behavior, engagement baiting, rage baiting, stuff like that. Because it, you know, it any attention is good attention. Because any attention is what is profitable. Or in some cases, it's more profitable. Like, people rage, like, hate watching stuff. Like, I'm gonna watch it, and I'm gonna go into it with a bad mindset, and I'm gonna review it poorly, and it's like, okay, but you still watched it. Like, you still gave it your time and attention. They still earned, like, revenue from you viewing it, like, regardless. Yeah. Like, ooh, I don't really wanna extend, like, the right here part. Yeah. See, it's just the internet has come a long way. Originally being very, like, oh, it's so cool, and look at this thing that's built by people, to now it's like, look at what we've done. Look at what we've made. The horrible, horrible mess. And I know there are people already on Blue Sky that are like, hey, like, the natural way for, like, all social media to go, like, as we've just seen, is to eventually be catered towards monetization, because a free to use social media is not inherently profitable. That's why they tend to push ads so much. I don't think Blue Sky has ads, but also it's like they suddenly got a huge spike in numbers in people. So I feel like it's just a matter of time before they are gonna have to like start running ads and stuff, and some sense of monetization. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they are having some system set up, but I don't believe they do currently. But I mean, like, it's just people are already like, oh, it's a matter of time. But for now, let's like savor how good it is now currently. Because, you know, it's like Blue Sky is essentially the format of old Twitter, and like the feeling of old Twitter. back before I was even on it. So I'm like, well, I'll take your word for it. I know I saw a post earlier that was like, if you see somebody like rage baiting or whatever, like just block them. Like if you give them attention, like you're gonna be fostering the same environment that Twitter has that like encourages that kind of stuff. So like, yeah, it is just a matter of time before like Blue Sky goes down some kind of path. And I don't mean that in the same way that Twitter has, because that is absolutely like because of Elon and him pushing his ideology and stuff and favoring people with his same bigoted ideology, but I just mean more in terms of like the monetization. Something crazy to think about. I like almost made a post about it earlier and I'm like, no, I won't talk about it, but I'm gonna talk about it here. On Twitter, I have been like teetering on the edge of 100 followers, but every time I hit a milestone on like any of the platforms, I don't like say anything or make a deal about it because I know so much of it is bots. But that's not currently like an issue on Blue Sky. So all the followers I have, I'm like, oh, hi, you're like a person. You're like a real guy. So I think that's really cool. Also, Salty DK Dan followed me back on Blue Sky, which I didn't think he was gonna do. So it was a lovely little surprise. With how prominent AI has become mixed in with social media, I'm increasingly a believer in dead internet theory. Facebook is the best example, honestly, because most of their posts are nothing but bots talking to each other alongside AI trash. There is somebody that there's like one guy that keeps responding to your posts or your replies, and I think he was on like one or two of mine as well, where I'm like convinced that it's a bot. Like he says things, but the things that he says are like, don't entirely it was the person that left the hate comment on your DDLC post. You like sent it to me, like, oh, my first hate comment, but I'm like, what? I like went back because I'm like looking at the name and I'm like, I've seen this one before. I know this name. And I looked back and he commented on my Twitter post that was asking for I think it was like early 2000s like media and stuff, because I'm like, oh, I want to do like, it's not headcanons if I'm the one making the canon and the characters, but like I was kind of thinking of like, oh, for my my Bassett family, I'm like, oh, what are 2000 like early 2000s things that they would be into? I think you suggested Aragon, so I'm like, oh, I think the youngest daughter would be like really into reading and stuff. And then he mentioned like something, I don't remember what it was, but he commented something and I'm like, I don't know what that is, and I looked it up and it's like, this isn't a thing that exists. So I'm like, I don't think that's a real person. So I think that if I know what dead internet theory is, if my recollection of it is correct, then like that is very much like it. Like so many bots are trying to, like, there's a lot of bots. And it's funny because when I like lately on Twitter, like if somebody follows me, it doesn't even notify me. It'll just like, I'll just happen to like swipe and I'll be like, oh, I have another follower, and then I click on it and it's like Leslie26704448, and I'm like, okay. With a profile picture of like just her boobs or something. And then there are some that I'm like looking at the name, or like they like don't have any posts or anything, and I'm like, I think that's a bot, but there's nothing, like there isn't language in there to outright like denote it, like the, you know, Leslie whatever. Like it looks more like a real name, or like there's more of a regular profile picture, or they might even, like the guy in your comment or in your replies, like they say things, they make their own posts, quote unquote, but it doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel like a real person. So those I'm like, I won't block them because it, it might be a real person, but I'm not convinced that it is. So I feel like so many of my followers, I'm like, I'm not convinced that you're a real person. So when I like do hit the like 100 mark or whatever, I'm like, I don't know about it. I looked into it, but it isn't the same person who left the hate comment. However, I now believe that person is a bot because I don't know how they keep responding to posts they shouldn't be getting alerts about. They probably are like a bot. Like, I don't know. It's just so crazy. Like, the way, but it also is like, what is the, I don't get what the point is. That's what kills me, is like, what is the point of making a bot to act like a person to a certain extent? Like, what? Why? Is it to farm engagement and then to thus farm money? I don't know. But it's also, it's really pathetic. I'm gonna plug my, so we're getting a little bit low on power. My throat is like tired. Also my head kind of hurts. That was like getting shakes from my drink earlier. It was really good though. I was like talking to my sister, I'm like, I'm already getting like the shake. She's like, from what? I'm like, from my drink, from my matcha. And she's like, really? I'm like, yes! I'm not accustomed to caffeine. Even though I've been drinking like, what is it? Like breakfast tea, like black tea every morning with like a little bit of like milk or creamer or whatever. I'm like, yeah, I should. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, that's like, it's been the crisis. That's been the crisis of the week. Well, aside from me like freaking out over assignments, but now that's over because I finished my essay. Yay. I don't know. I will say though, the vibes on Blue Sky are great. It's really fun. I like opened up because I went to bed so late last night, or later than I should have. I forgot to like close all the tabs on my phone. So that when I woke up this morning, I checked my phone. I just like pulled up, you know, like all the like tabs in a, or the apps in a row or whatever. And I just clicked on one, thinking that it was Twitter, but it was actually Blue Sky, because their format is like so, like it's practically the same. And then just being like, I was ready to like scroll through and see a bunch of like terrible stuff, and then I'm like, oh wait, this is lovely actually. I'm like, oh, there's just like better vibes like in general, and I'm like, this is pretty cool. This is pretty nice. We like this a lot actually. So I think I'm still gonna try and use Twitter for like general like rambling and like announcing streams and stuff, or just whatever. I think I'll do like sketches or like work in progress stuff, like stuff that like I take a picture of like my screen with my phone so it looks like horrible quality. Like I'll do that, but finished pieces will be going on what is it? On Blue Sky. Yeah, I'm liking the vibe of Blue Sky so far. Just artists interacting positively with each other. No drama farming. Yeah. You know what's crazy too is that I mentioned a bit ago that I'm on Threads now too. Haven't used it. I have not used it. Like, at all. Because, like, Twitter, Threads, and Blue Sky have essentially the same format. But Twitter is built towards, like, engagement farming. Blue Sky is, like, it's new. People are trying to be very, like, just, like, reaching out and making, like, not connections, but, like, getting mutuals and, like, talking about their interests and stuff. Threads feels very corporate. Not even, like, I see a bunch of brands, but, like, and maybe it's just, like, Instagram, because it's connected to Instagram, like, picking up on, like, my graphic design interests, because I have a lot of posts, like, saved or liked or whatever, and I have a lot of posts recommended to me that are, like, in the graphic design sphere, that are, like, graphic design things. I'm looking on the second screen, and I see, like, this part, like, whoops, sticking out a little bit, and it was bugging me. I'm like, where is that? Let me clean that up. Oh, it's on the other layer. There we go. It just, like, Threads does not have the same, like, casual vibe to it. Also, there was definitely some people that were, like, AI users being like, show me your guys' OCs, and they were, like, definitely, like, trying to get people to send them art. Or, like, I see a lot of like, client stuff. Again, because, like, Instagram knows that I'm into graphic design, so it recommends me a lot of graphic designers that will talk about, like, just stuff like Threads hasn't come across as too interesting. Yeah, it just, well, and it's like, I feel like so much of an app like that too is grounded in how it looks. It's branding. And again, I do graphic design stuff, so I know about that. But literally, like, Twitter was very appealing because it had a casual feel to it. It was a nice blue. It was just a blue and white. It was simple. But it was, like, a nice color. It had, I think, it was kind of, like, a little bit rounded. The font was fine. Because I know, like, serif fonts are generally, like, a bit more professional. And the sans serif is more casual, generally. So that was, like, kind of helped. And I think they're all, like, I don't think any of the apps use, like, serif fonts, but still. So, I mean, like, other apps, like, take that same thing and run with it. But, like, Threads is black and white. And I think that color combination automatically has a more professional feel. Blue Sky is emulating old Twitter. It has that same light blue and white, simple, but, like, casual and, like, friendly and stuff. And it has a butterfly, whereas Threads is, like, it's like a like, not cursive, but it has, like, a cursive feel to it. So again, it comes off very professional, which is really weird because Instagram is very, like, colorful. At least in its, like, current, like, icon. Like, it's got a gradient. Like, Instagram has a more aesthetic feel that Threads does not have. And I feel like Threads should have leaned more into that casualness. I don't know. I do not know. It's just really weird. So yeah, Threads is just not appealing. It's just not appealing. I don't particularly want to use it. I don't use it. Well, then also it's like, I know there's people that are like, oh, Threads doesn't really encourage photos. And I'm like, I guess that makes sense because, like, Instagram is for photos and stuff, but I'm like, okay, so I shouldn't be sharing my art on here then? And I know I was like, oh, I'll just share, like, whips and stuff and sketches. To be, again, like, to just be more, like, casual with it. And then, like, Instagram is my, like, finished stuff. Like, Instagram is the closest thing that I have to, like, a portfolio, per se. And I love Like, Instagram appeals to me because it has everything that I want in the format that I want. At least in terms of, like, what it was built for. You know, because it focuses on photos. So all of your photos are archived in this grid-like format on your profile. And I love that. It's so easy for me to find things. Twitter is so bad. And Tumblr, oh my god. Tumblr is the one that I use the least. Aside from Threads, that doesn't count. Because their archival system is so bad. A while ago, I started using my own tag to like tag my art, especially because I was like, oh, I want to be able to find my art stuff like more easily amongst all of my like reposts and my just like my text posts and stuff. So I started using my own tag. And then I would like kind of stop for a little bit because then people were like, oh, if you use hashtags, like it's killing the engagement or the reachability of your post. And I'm like, why do we have tags then? If tags are inherently like detrimental to the reach of your post, then don't have tags. Like don't make it a feature that's part of the, you know, like it's just stupid. Whereas like tags were built to help people find your post or to reach people that were interested in whatever your post was about. So then to now make them like supposedly, because I don't know what like their logic or like source or whatever for that information was, it's just dumb. Like it's just stupid. We hate social media, but we have to use it. Anyway, I need to expand this one a little bit more. Oh, I don't know if that's gonna be like a tension point right there. I feel like he's gonna be like, that's kind of creating some tension right there. And I'll be like, ah, damn it. But I don't want to have to fix it or move stuff around. That's also why Blue Sky has been proving itself worthy so far. The hashtags actually work. Bizarre how that's now a standard, but that's how it is. Good. Good. I think I will start tagging my stuff again. Especially because I'm just like at a point where I don't care anymore. My growth is so slow. I don't have the time for fan art. Because I know you have like... I think your DDLC has really helped you like reach that community, and you've gotten like a big boost in like followers and stuff. And I'm just like, man, I would love to connect with the Sonic community, but I just don't have the time, and it sucks. Because then I think you brought up that like, oh, like OC stuff doesn't do as well. Or like, I know last time you were talking about like your sketch will do better than the finished product, and I'm like, yeah. Yeah, it's I hate that. But it's like, I only post like my schoolwork because that's all that I have the time for. And I'm like, I would love to post other things, but I can't. I don't have anything. It sucks. So I'm like, at this point, I'm just like, you know, like I just don't have control over what I post because I don't have control over what I can spend my time on because I have like my deadlines and stuff. So I'm just like, I don't care anymore. If using hashtags kills my reach, then oh well. Like, I just don't have control over anything. So we're just gonna do whatever feels best. Damn, because yeah, fan art is how it can get started. OC stuff can do well, but it takes longer and demands more consistency, I think. Yeah. I'm like, what? Dimmed? Something dimmed. I don't know what. But it's fine. One day I'll be able to. Like I mentioned, I like was just on Twitter, not Twitter, Blue Sky, a little bit ago. I think I was gonna put it on Twitter, but then I was like, no, I don't think I will. I was just on Blue Sky, like, before I went to go take my shower, and because I was just, like, on, I was just watching Reels on Instagram, and I was like, damn, we're gonna just do that. Let's do that one. I think I, like, saw, like, a video, just, like, an edit of, like, Shadow the Hedgehog or whatever, and I'm like, damn, like, that's the thing about Shadow the Hedgehog. Also, finally, we can talk about what the stream is labeled for. An hour and 15 in. Because I was like, damn, like, that's the thing, is, like, Shadow the Hedgehog is so cool. And I really like him. I've been getting more into, like, Sonic lately. Especially with all of, like, the Sonic content, because it's, like, the Year of Shadow or whatever. But I'm like, damn, like, Shadow appeals to me, especially as of lately, because he is just so edgy, and he appeals to my love of, like, that dark, edgy content, and, you know, stuff that you make, like, the YouTube AMVs for and stuff, and I love that. I love that so much. I love watching those edits on Instagram. But then I was thinking about it, and I'm like, but the thing that I love about Silver the Hedgehog. Here's the thing with Silver the Hedgehog. Now, I have not read the Archie comics. I own a few back from when I think they sold them at, like, Barnes & Noble, I think that's where I got them. Like, they had, like, a very small, like, comic section in a certain part of the store. Kind of, like, by the front. Which I don't think they sell the Archie comics in Barnes & Noble anymore. And it was pretty rare to ever, like, go to Barnes & Noble. But when we would, I would go for the Sonic Archie comics. So I don't know what they've done with him in the comics. I haven't read any of the IDW, stuff like that. I want to read both of those. I want to read through all of Archie, and then I want to go to IDW. I just haven't had the time for it. But the thing about Silver the Hedgehog is that he is so conceptually a great concept. Because I thought about it, right? And I'm like, he's just Grovyle from Mystery Dungeon. He's from the future. He's from a ruined future. He wants to go back in time and fix it, regardless of the cost. Even though he has to theoretically kill Sonic the Hedgehog, if it means saving the lives of everybody in the future and the Earth, then he's gonna do it. And of course, the parallel to Grovyle, that's the thing. Here's where they screw up. Sonic 06 is very interesting in that it uses time travel, but only, like, sparingly in certain situations. I think I'm blanking. It's been a while since I played the game, but I'm pretty sure I finished Sonic's campaign. And near the end of Sonic's campaign, we're going to be going into spoilers for Sonic 06. I don't think anyone really cares. The thing for, like, at the end of Sonic's campaign, you're chasing Eggman. Like, you're chasing Eggman the whole game. Which, by the way, that's a whole separate conversation about how Sonic 06 makes Sonic's campaign the weakest and the worst of the three. But then once you get past Sonic's campaign and you play Shadow and Silver, they're great. They are so good. Also, Shadow inherently controls better. You would like Trunks from DBZ. Silver was basically inspired by him. You're probably right. If when I eventually watch a DBZ, I will probably like Trunks the most. But by the end, like, you spend the whole game running around trying to chase down Eggman to save Elise, and then by the end, like, the blimp or whatever that they're in just explodes. Like, they crash. Elise and Eggman are essentially presumed dead, and, like, Sonic watches from afar as they, like, sink into the ocean or whatever, and he can't do anything to save them. So I believe he uses an emerald to chaos control into the past and go back far enough to where he can save them. And then you save them and you win, yay! I'm like, that's cool. Anyway, I just like don't care. I don't care about his... And that's another thing, I want to rewrite parts of that game. Like, I was thinking about like the interaction between Sonic and Elise when after he saves Elise from the ruins or whatever. You know, there's that like beautifully rendered cutscene. You know, they're like walking through the field or whatever. And it's like, I feel like their interactions would be really good. I feel like, because I know something that the Archie comics touched on was, I'm like, I need to keep working. What am I doing? Was, I think, because I'm like, how do I do this one? I think, I'm like, I need to exaggerate a little bit more, just so we have a little bit more overlap. But maybe not that much. Okay, I think that's better, actually. I'm thinking, I'm blanking, I got distracted. Oh, but I think something like Elise and Sonic are human and like quote unquote Mobian. I don't know if they used the term in the games back then. I don't think they did. I think that was more of a comic thing for a while. Actually, I don't know if they've even ever used it in the games. I want to say it was just a comic term. But it was like in the comics, I think there was kind of like conflict between humans and Mobians. So I feel like that would have been a very interesting thing to like bring up, of like Elise being kind of surprised by Sonic, or being like, hey, like, we are supposed to hate each other, like, why did you save me or whatever, and him being like, because it's the good thing to do, like, because I'm not evil, because I'm not bigoted, like, so it's like, I feel like they could have talked about that. I feel like they could have had a lot to discuss about like their different backgrounds, with like Elise being a very like protected princess. I don't like the look of that. Ugh. I think I need to make this softer. So I like looked at it from afar. I'm like, ooh. You know what? We just need to. Also, I haven't saved in a while. I should probably do that. Like, I feel like, and I know they kind of bring up that, like, oh, I think part of their conversation has to do with it. Instead, they had Elise kissing Sonic. Like, that's another thing. We'll get to that in a minute. I think they kind of bring up in their conversation, Elise kind of being like, how are you, like, so free and stuff, and him just kind of encouraging her to like, oh, don't like worry about things so much, like live in the moment a little bit more, because that's his whole thing. Like, I feel like their relationship in terms of like how they are very opposite is very interesting, and then they just don't do anything with it. They're just like, oh, they love each other maybe, and it's like, why? You're presenting so many reasons as to why they would not be compatible, so why are you putting them together? Why would you do that? But yeah, that was the thing, is near the end of Sonic's campaign, you have to go through like a trial to, I think, get access to a certain area. And the last trial is like the trial of love or whatever. And you essentially have to pick. Like, there's two portals, one leading to Amy and one leading to Elise. And it's like, okay, where did Elise come from? What? And the correct answer is Amy. That's what's, like, fucking me up about it, is the correct answer is Amy. If you choose Elise, like, I think it's either sends you back to the start, or it's just like, oh, you failed. I don't think it tells you failed, but it's like, Amy is the correct option. Even if you pick Elise, I believe you have to still pick Amy afterwards. Like, it's not even a matter of, like, player choice. It's like, there is a correct option. The game is telling you the correct option. So then why they did that, I don't know. Because they're literally pushing us towards Amy. And I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't know what they were doing. And I mean, I guess you could say that about a lot of things about that game. Of, like, I think it was just, like, miscommunication. Maybe there is cut content relating to, like, the actual, like, cutscenes or something, like, pushing us towards Amy. Maybe that game, or that, like, challenge was originally supposed to, like, offer alternate options, or, like, consequences for the options, or some kind of lasting effect, or something. But it's just like, what? Like, I think there was something definitely lost during the process that would have made this make more sense. I don't know. Sonic 06 really is just an enigma. Like, it really is. What happened? Oh, don't tell me my pen just went out. Oh, do not. Do not. No! Damn it. You've gotta be kidding me. It's been a bit since it did this. I was like having it was like a very brief period of time where it was doing this. And I couldn't find a fix for it. And then I think I like rebooted. Like when I reboot my laptop and like it turns back on, then the pen will work again. But the issue is it will not work again until I reboot my laptop. Which I would like to not have to do that. How long has it been? It's only been an hour and a half. Like, this has not been that long of a stream. Oh, that's not good. Like, can I just write with my mouse? Fuck. God damn it. I don't know why. It was like all of a sudden too. It just like did it like mid-stroke. I myself have been screaming at technology lately, saying, "Why must you fail me so often?" So I feel like, well, and it's very infrequent. That's the thing that kills me, is that it is infrequent when it happens. And I don't know why it does happen. And also, like, these pens are like $50. Fuck. It's totally it's like not even just like a drawing program issue, like it is totally unresponsive. I'm like just holding the reset button on it for a while, like hoping and praying that it'll fix itself. The like times that you see like the little like it move or whatever, like that's just me like with my finger. But like the pen, like I'm touching the pen to it, it's not doing anything. I hate that so much. I'm like, I can't just reboot my whole laptop. It's gonna shut everything off. So then either, like, if I did that, I would have to stop streaming, and then if I come back, then it's gonna be 2 separate recordings that I'll have to merge together. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that, please. Where is my pen sitting? Let's pull that up. Video menu. User guide. Just like, please, anything. Anything. Please. Go to window pen control. Text about pen, finding your pen, more settings. Change the pen's battery, like. See, even though, like, but there's like, oh, related support, and it's like, changing my pen's battery, and I'm like, no, I need a bit more than that. I need to do a little bit more than just change the pen's battery, like. I don't know why it's doing that. Because there was like a day where it just like happened. And I was like fighting with the laptop for a while, and then I rebooted it, and it happened again later that night. And then it happened again like the next day or a couple days later, and then it has not happened again until right now. And I don't know why. It tells me that it might be an issue with my laptop, but I don't know. Like, I took out the battery and put it back in. When this first happened, I tried swapping out the batteries because I'm like, oh, maybe... Because I'm like, my first thought was like, oh, damn, like, the battery does not last long in this thing if it died already. So while we wait, small talk. Nice weather today we're having, huh? Let's see, which way does this go? I'm like, I know the battery should be in there, like, correct. I'll say the weather was nice today. I took Sadie for a walk in the afternoon. I've lately been trying to take her in the mornings. Let's see, which way does this go? It's supposed to say. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure it says in the manual. Finally cooling down. I know. I woke up this morning like freezing. It was so cold. Because I was only in like shorts and like no socks or whatever. So like freezing. I had to get up and like go to my dresser and grab some socks. Damn it! This sucks. This is so bad. This has been like my fear ever since that like this happened that first time. Manage Bluetooth settings. See, this is the thing is like this does not register as a Bluetooth device. So let's see. Can I pen? Edit pen menu. See, that just changes like the apps that pop up through my pen menu. And I don't really care if that's not what I need. But I'm very happy that it's like cooling down. Like finally. Been waiting for this. Pen settings? I was just in pen settings. Like it doesn't, like the pen settings is so limited. Even when it's like additional pen settings, it's just like, do you want to show visual effects? Do you want to use my pen as a mouse? I'm like, no! I need to disable the pen. Let me be right back. Okay, I'm trying to remember. I think I went to like the control panel. I'm like, maybe if I just shake it really hard, it'll work. Like, I don't know what causes this. Like, I don't know what it is. I think if I went to like control panel. I don't remember if it worked. The last time there was like a method where it's like, oh, you go into the control panel, make it forget the device, remember it again, or like repair it or whatever. And then I don't remember if that worked. We'll find out. I'm like swapping the battery around. Maybe that'll do something. I don't think it does. No. Okay, I'll swap it back to the original one then. So yeah, we get to hang out for a little bit. Yeah. Oh, because you're like supposed to fit it into like the little slot or whatever. Like there's kind of a wrapping on the top of the pen on the inside, so it's like, oh, you fit it into that slot and then screw it in, and it like holds it into place or something. I know on the first Wacom pen that I got, I like took that wrapping off. I don't know if it makes any difference, but I thought maybe it was like getting in the way. So I took it off, but it didn't make a difference. Okay, control panel. Isn't there? You know what? There's also the like Lenovo Vantage. Let me see if there's anything in there. I think not. I highly doubt it. Device settings. Input, keyboard backlight, low, function. I don't care about giving you feedback. Touchpad, damn it. Let's just look through all of the options and see if any of them mention pens. Wait. Automatic mode. Automatic scenario selection features uses AI Boo to optimize device settings based on your current activity. Lenovo does not access or collect any personal identifier. All data used to determine scenarios is processed locally on your device. Okay, so yeah, that is off. Thank goodness. Okay, so that's like different like ways of, I guess, like optimizing or whatever. Like I have it on common, but I could also set it to like gaming. This is creative. Creative allows the option for Wi-Fi auto recovery and speaker noise canceling. Okay, good for you. We're just gonna leave it on common, I guess. These are all the same settings. I don't know. Power, charging. Actually, I do want that on. No eye care mode. No care for our eyes. Input. Okay, that's the backlight. Network. That's just Wi-Fi, who cares? Gestures. Widgets. Okay, so Lenovo Vantage is not helping. No, I don't want it on the taskbar. Okay. Hardware and sound. Pen and touch. I'm like, I just really need you to work. God damn it. See. I'm just like anything at all. Single tap, double tap, press and hold. Is the top of the pen to erase ink where available? That one doesn't give me this option to like use the like top of the pen as an eraser. The Surface pen could do that, but this one does not. Like, it doesn't have an actual eraser to it. I do kind of miss that, but tablet PC settings. That's to calibrate touch. Wacom tablet properties. This is, yeah, no, it's not a Wacom tablet. So it's like, why would you even click this? How dare you? I hope you die. Device and printers, autoplay sound. Guess we'll do devices and print. No! Not Bluetooth! I didn't even get to finish saying what I was saying about about Silver the Hedgehog. I think conceptually Silver the Hedgehog is a very cool character, but they just did not do anything with him. They put him in one game, and then we're just like, okay, his game didn't do good, so we're just not gonna use him anymore. And it's like, or they use him, it's like they don't use him at all, and also they use him way too much. Like, I feel like that was a thing that people were talking about, where, like, he would show up in, like, multiple, like, every game that he was in, he was like, oh, the future's messed up. So I feel like I am thinking about making, like, a whole video talking about, like, what the heck is going on with Sonic the Hedgehog's conception of time, because it makes it sound like Silver started off in a bad future that was created by something happening bad in the past. So he went back in time, altered the past, which created a new future, and then he went back into the future, and it's like good and cool. But then later on, he, like, every time he comes back in future games, he's like, oh, I came back from the future because it's messed up again. So what do you mean, though? Like, what is his perception? Because that insinuates that the future was good, and then it, like, he, like, consciously watched it, like, change. Like, he watched time change before his very eyes. So, like, which insinuates that Silver is, like, some kind of constant, unchanging constant, like an anchor point in time, that he will never change, but the future, or like the environment around him, will change. Like, other characters might change based on what happens in the past, but he will not. Which doesn't make any sense. I much preferred Mystery Dungeon's concept of time, where if you change something in the past, then it creates a new future. Like, Mystery Dungeon, like, it does have multiverse, but they were not treating it like there was multiverse. So it was like, when you prevent the planet's paralysis, then in the future, that, like, the Pokemon that were born in that bad timeline are erased, because now they weren't actually born in this new future, because things happen differently. So they cease to exist. And I feel like Silver's character would have been more compelling if, like, if that was the case, and he was like, I am, like, self-sacrificial, and I'm, you know, even if I disappear, and even if I have to kill somebody, I'm going to face the future. Also, I feel like it's just him in the future. We don't see any other characters, and I feel like that's something that I want to do, like, a comic on, is, like, who were the other, like, were there other characters in the future that were also surviving? Like, I feel like Silver has kind of a futuristic look to him, but his environment was very, like, decrepit. Like, society was collapsed, everything was on fire, everything was overrun by, like, monsters and creatures. And his design didn't really reflect that. Like, he should have been more rugged, but he wasn't. So, and I think that kind of lends to what I was saying earlier, where, like, he is some kind of constant. Like, maybe originally there was a future where, or like a timeline, like, originally in the timeline, like, things are fine, nothing happens or whatever, but then Mephiles, because he starts, like, jumping around in time, you know, between the future and the past, he jumps to the future, tells Silver, like, tricks Silver into going into the past to, like, screw with Sonic or whatever. And then eventually, like, Mephiles, I think, goes into the past and is just like, I'm just gonna kill him myself. And then he kills him, and then that messes up the future. But because Silver had not lived that yet, because he had not jumped around in time yet, he hadn't experienced that yet, he didn't know the part that he played in the future. So then, like, it's like, was he living in a, like, good timeline, and then he watched as things, like, suddenly changed before his eyes, and even, like, and, like, the people that he knew vanished, but, like, he, as some kind of weird time anchor did not change at all. So his outfit was still, like, his appearance was still the same, his lived experience was still the same, his memories were still the same, but the history and environment around him had changed, making him not fit in with his environment anymore. And it's really weird. And there's also no reason why Silver should be some kind of time anchor like that. Like, there's no reason for it to happen. It doesn't make sense. So that's what I've been thinking. Pen and touch, like, no, I just... Damn it. Hardware and sound, programs, control panel, home, it should be like hard. Where do I go for devices? So I want to remove the pen as a device and then put it back on and see if that does something. Because yeah, it is still unresponsive. We might be ending stream early today. At the very least, I discussed Silver, so I did what I set out to do. I can't remember where I found the... I'm like, where did I find... It was home. Because it wouldn't be network and internet, not... Oh, maybe it would be system and security. No, it wouldn't. Hardware and sound. Device manager? Oh, here we go. Mice and other pointing device. No. It was like under... Let's see, audio, battery, biometric, Bluetooth. Because it's not Bluetooth. It's not actually considered a Bluetooth device. You do not have to pair it via Bluetooth, which is what's messing me up. Because it's like, what is it then? Display adapter, disk drive, firmware... Oh, human interface devices. I believe that's what it was. HID compliant pen. Could do update driver. No. Properties. This device is working properly. It's not working at all. That's the problem. Driver. I don't know why. I don't know why. See, like, it does not detect that there's anything wrong. It doesn't think that it, like, stopped working. Allow this device to wake the computer. That doesn't mean anything, though. I need it to be the other way around. I need it. I need it. I need it. Okay, first, gonna disable. We'll wait 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 10-ish. Let me see. Still no response. Enable the device. I'm like tapping around, maybe like waiting for it to wake up, like maybe it needs to wake up, Because it's been a little bit... That's the thing though, is like, it's not even like, oh, after like being asleep for too long, like it just doesn't wake up. It's like, I was literally like doing things. Like I didn't stop using it at all. Alright. Uninstall. Like, I don't know. Okay, so it's uninstalled. We're just gonna close that, and I genuinely don't know. Alright, now I have to remember how to pair it. Bluetooth and devices. Alright, let's try, see if we can like turn it back on or something. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I wish I were dead. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. And I'm just gonna hold it for a little bit longer because I know I counted a little bit too fast. Because I think it's like if you hold it down for 25, that'll like reset it supposedly, but that didn't do anything. That did not do a damn thing. This is actual torture. I hate this so much. Like I can't believe that it does this. I can't believe that. This is awful. Okay, let me try add device. Windows and pen ink. Let's do where is it? I think I had the pen sensitivity slightly changed. But anyway, go to pen control. Yeah, very cool, very cool, very epic. Very cool and epic. It's like no matter what, like I have to reboot it. I have to reboot this whole damn thing. And I hate that. I hate that so much. I'm gonna close that. I'm gonna close that. We're gonna pull this up and we're gonna close it. We're gonna try to close it. And it's not gonna do anything. It's not gonna give me any options. Like I can go to Discord and right click and then I can like quit Discord. If I try and right click the little pen icon in this like pull up menu, it does not. It just doesn't let me. Which is not great. Battery is 100% full. Can you act like it? Can you act like it, please? Boo-hoo-hoo. Can't believe it's just like not working. Is there some feasible way that I could reboot and it like not do that to me? sucks. I hate this so much. Let me look. Let me look. Reconnect. What is it? Lazarite pen. Here's the quick start guide. Let me watch this real quick. Why did it start at the end? Okay, great. Why did it start me at the last 5 seconds of the video? This video is only 48 seconds. Alright, I'm just gonna hold down the timer for the thing for the entire duration. Yeah, so it's positive side down. Cool, so that was like 48 seconds. And it didn't do anything. You know, people have been like, I'm always like, oh, I love having an actual like computer more than a, like an iPad. But that is something that iPads have over computers, is that they have a dedicated pen. It's super expensive, but there's like an actual pen that works, whereas this is not like Lenovo brand. Because the Lenovo brands also said, like the reviews said that like, oh, it just disconnects sometimes. And I'm like, that's the problem that I had with the other one. Wait, I have an idea. Wait, hang on. I have an idea. Wait, hold on. I own two bamboo ink pens. Let's see if either of them work. Let's see, which one is this one? I removed the wrapping on the first one that I got. Okay, so this is the second one. This is the one that works for approximately 2 seconds and then stops working. Okay, this one is not working at all, which is great. How do you, wait. Press and hold both ends of the button at the same time for 2 seconds to change the setting. Let me see, let me switch it again. Eight, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Damn it. Okay, let's try the other one and see. The original one would actually work, but it would like disconnect like mid-stroke, like repeatedly. Not like how the Lazarite one is doing right now, where it's just like completely unresponsive, but it's like it would like cut in and out mid-stroke, which I'm like, damn, that's unacceptable. So let's try this other one and see. I'm like, I just need it just to hold me over until the end of stream. That's all that I ask. That is all that I want before my birthday. So it is plus side down. I don't know what the point of the holder is. Like, they're all specifically like, put it in the holder. And I'm like, why? Okay. It is also not working. That's great. That's really cool. 3 different $50 pens and none of them work. I'm gonna have to edit this together. Okay. I will be right back. We're gonna be right back. We're back. It works again. I'm so pissed off. Okay, don't show again. Dismiss. I don't care. Great. Very cool. I hate that I had to do that, but the pen does work again. For how long, we'll find out. I'm actually curious to know if the other one works. Okay. I would say that that tells me that this is a laptop issue. That is a laptop issue, not a pen issue, a laptop issue. Because if all 3 of the pens were unresponsive when that was happening, and then now they're responsive, it's not an issue with the individual pen. And that's crazy. That is so crazy. This right here is the first bamboo pen I got. I'm currently now using the second bamboo pen, completely unresponsive. That is so insane. I went through the process of recording myself using the first bamboo pen, sending them the video, sending them photos, sending them my receipt, and then they're like, okay, we see that, yeah, it is having issues, so we're gonna send you a new one. And then it works even worse. So I emailed them back and I'm like, hey, you sent me the new pen, it doesn't work, like, at all. And they were like, and they sent me back a like basic email like, have you tried doing the, turning it on and off, installing drivers? And I'm like, what are you talking about? So, and like, I like it was the same, like, I didn't start a new like email thread or anything. It was the same one. I responded to the same one. It was like, hey, I got the pen, it's not working. So I'm just like, F it. Like, if none of these pens are gonna work, then I'm just not gonna, like, I can't keep having them sending me pens if they're not gonna work. I'm sorry, I hate being like mad on stream, but I'm like so pissed off about this. Oh, yuck. Yuck. Okay, so this also puts more work for me because now I can't just like upload the stream. I have to go. I'm gonna have to move both of the recordings to the hard drive so I can move it to the my computer so I can edit them together, wait for it to render, and then upload it. So the stream will probably take a little bit to upload tomorrow because I don't have editing software on my laptop. It's on my big computer. Yeah. At the very least, it saved my chat. Can you stop? I know! Stop on the notifications! At the very least, it saved my chat or whatever, which is kind of nice. Okay, anyway. We're gonna do more drawing until it breaks again. See, but I don't know why it just does that. I like this laptop does have like some glitches to it, unfortunately. I mean, I don't know. Like, it's just random things that, like, I didn't see bad stuff in the reviews. There's no way I would have known that these things would be happening because nobody said that they had those issues. But it's like little stuff that like the other day I was in my first class. Excuse me. I was in my first class and I was like taking notes on my laptop and stuff, and it was time to go, so I like minimized the web page that I had, and I closed the laptop, and then I put it in my bag and I walked to like go get lunch, and then I went to my next class, and I opened up my my laptop to like show people like, oh, let me get some feedback on what I've been working on, and my wallpaper was changed. There was like 47 windows of the same image open, and like several things were like moved, and I'm like, what happened? I'm like, what happened? I don't know. It's like as if it didn't register that I had closed the laptop, like it didn't go to sleep. And then I don't know if maybe it was just my mouse moving around in my bag and like getting clicked from like it hitting stuff in my bag. So a bunch of things were like open and moved or whatever. Like I didn't do any of that. I have not changed my wallpaper back. That was something that I brought up earlier. I didn't change my wallpaper back because it's Cooper Jr. and I kind of like Cooper Jr. It was the drawing of him I did for the little like sticker workshop, which they're gonna have the like continuation of that workshop next Wednesday, or this coming Wednesday, which I'm not gonna go because no thank you. It's kind of inconvenient for my schedule. But I'm like, I need to just let my friends know ahead of time, like, hey, they're gonna be giving out the stickers that people make. Can you like give me mine? Can you get mine for me, please? I would like to have it. So yeah. Anyway, let me open up my web page again. Yeah, we'll restore. Let me go back. It's like I'm kind of tired, but also my head hurts. My head hurts, and I don't like it. And I'm like also wide awake because of the caffeine in my system. I'm like, I just am not. I should just not be allowed to have caffeine ever. Yeah, I just look at all my Danny Gonzalez. Rocket money. skip the ad, please. I don't want to be- No, damn it, it was another ad! Oh, I joined like right at where the ad is. There we go. Yay! Back to drawing! Yuck. Great. I was supposed to be like switching off between this one and the other, but then we kind of got a little bit sidetracked with my pen deciding to randomly, not even 10, my laptop deciding to stop recognizing the pen, I guess. Which is crazy. I don't know why it did that. And anyway, so yeah, it's funny because I recommend, personally, at least for, depending on what you want to do, depending on what your goals are, what you want to do, and how, and where. Like, I personally, I cannot use an iPad. For what I want to do and how I want to do it, I would not function with an iPad. Which is funny because, like, my dad was like, oh, do you need an iPad? Do you need to get an iPad since you've been having issues with your pens and stuff? And I'm like, no, please. Cause yeah, an iPad would offer like some degree of convenience, and it's like, oh, well, everybody uses Procreate and stuff. But it's like, I'm not using Procreate though. I don't want to use Procreate because I'm happy with Krita. And also, like, the sole reason that I got Krita was because it can animate. Which is funny because I bring that up and people are always like, well, Procreate does some animation. I'm like, no. Like, yes, but no. Not the massive, like, I'm talking like actual, like, big multi-frame, you know, several hundred frame things. I don't even do like animation, like it's more animatic type stuff, but still, like, I want big projects, and Procreate's animation is much more like for GIFs and like shorter things. So it's like, if you're fine just doing like shorter things or you don't really animate or stuff like that, then yeah, like go for Procreate, especially if you're accustomed to like drawing on a tablet, or even like if you want to transition from like traditional drawing on paper to digital art. I know some people use the like screen protectors that have a like paper feel to them. I haven't used that before. I just kind of dealt with the weird difference between screen and paper. I want to connect this one here. Thank you. Um, yeah, if you're like me and you want to do bigger projects, or I mean, honestly, in the past I was like ride or die with my Surface Pro. I'm like, I love the Surface Pro. It's great. It's like, it's lightweight. It's still like a Windows thing. It's compatible with Krita really well. Like, I loved my Surface, and then also it had like its own pen with it. But what happened with Silver? I talked about it earlier. It just, like, Silver is such a great like concept for a character, but they just they don't do anything with him. And that's what kills me. He's like, he's such an enigma also in like how Sega just doesn't talk about time travel, but have this whole character whose existence is like tied to his time travel, essentially. Like, he keeps coming back in games like, oh, the future is messed up, we need to fix it. And it's like, okay, how do you know that though? I know Silver is just like Trunks in the Android Saga. That's what my friend Misty was in here earlier. I had to restart stream because my pen fucked up. But like, she was like, "Oh, you probably really like Trunks." I'm like, "You're probably right. Like, I should watch DBZ. I just haven't gotten around to it." But like, I brought up this like my like theory that Silver is quote unquote like an anchor, like a timeline anchor or something. I think, what is it? Doesn't like the Loki series have something like that? Where it's like, oh, there's certain like constants or whatever. Or, oh, no, it was Wolverine in like the Deadpool movie, where it's like, oh, there needs to be a Wolverine. Logan needs to exist in a timeline or else. And I think it's stupid. Let's be for real here. Oh, the video ended. I'm watching Danny Gonzalez on the side here, and he just like stopped. He's just like sitting there like looking at me, and I'm like, what happened? Oh, I probably shouldn't have closed my like picture-in-picture. Here, I'll put on the one with futuristic clothes. I think the whole like the existence of an entire timeline is based on the existence of one person, and if that person doesn't exist, then the timeline like falls apart. I think that's a stupid thing. I think it's kind of dumb. But anyway, I feel like Silver might be some kind of timeline anchor, but in the sense of like, he is impervious to the changes in time. Because the way that he talks about how the future changes and that he knows that the future has changed it suggests that he was around before it changed, and then he like visibly watched things like suddenly change. Like, as if he woke up one day and was like, oh, everything's on fire now. Because I was talking about this earlier, where it's like his attire, his design does not suggest the like Solaris bad future that he was living in. Like, he looks like futuristic kind of, and he's like very like light colors and stuff. And I know that's also good to like help him contrast with his environment, but also it's like he has a futuristic look to him, but his environment is not at all like that. It is like the things about travel in time give me a and to be fair, I have not read the Archie comics. I own like a couple of them physically, but I have not gone through and read the whole series. Like, I would love to, I really want to, but I just haven't been able to yet. I haven't finished 06, but I've gotten like pretty far. Like, I've finished Sonic's campaign and I've started Shadow and Silver's. Again, it was about like time. I just didn't have the time to finish them. I want to go back one day and like do them on stream even. But it's their phrasing was so, I want to read the Archie comics, but my English is pretty bad. It just, And the Archie comics are like such a mess too. They're such a mess. Just because they've gone through different writers and different, like, they've been around since, like, since, like, before the games had, like, the more of, like, their own identity, back when it was a lot simpler. I know there was, like, for a while, they were just kind of their own thing, or they were more based on, do I want to have that in front of or behind? Have it behind. I don't want to layer on another thing. Because I believe the early Archie was like more based on like this like Saturday morning cartoon, or they like didn't have like the early games were not what is it? They didn't have like story components to them, not like, you know, Adventure did or whatever, you know, like even like Sonic 3 was very like minimal and whatnot. There wasn't like dialogue like we have now. So they didn't have a ton to work with in terms of like the characters and like building a story and stuff like that. And I will say, like, I could talk forever and ever and ever about, like, I really like the earlier interpretations that like posed Eggman as a very like threatening, like authoritarian figure. I liked the idea. I liked seeing Eggman be like this big intimidating figure, and then having like the freedom fighters be around to like stand up against him and stuff like that. Especially, I watched a whole video about like the Fleetway, I believe it was the Fleetway comics, and it was like they didn't have like a Sally Acorn, but they had like Amy Rose kind of take that like leadership role, and she was very different and stuff like that. And I like that. I like that a lot. I like that portrayal of her character. Archie comic is in the beginning in the series and games, but after they do an original story. By the way, Scourge, best character. That's one of the comics that I have. I have one of the Scourge comics, and that I feel like that changed my chemistry forever. Like my brain chemistry forever. Because I love like Dark Sona, evil characters. I love that idea because I love like concepts of like identity and stuff. I love that stuff. I love exploring that stuff. I think it's very cool and interesting. So to have a like evil character who's the opposite of you is very interesting, because then it forces you to explore like, okay, well then who are you if there is this character that is like the opposite of you? It's great. It's so good. Let's be for real. That is also why I started watching a bunch of Quentin reviews videos, is because I saw him have like channel lore that had an evil Quentin, and I'm like, this is I love this. This appeals to me. And then I binged a bunch of his videos, and I'm like, what if I did a video? I don't read Sonic IDW yet is good. I think so. I have not read it. I would see like when new pages would come out or new issues would come out, I would see a couple of pages from just like people uploading them on like Instagram and stuff, but I have not read the IDW comics. I've seen a lot of people like them. I just haven't read them myself. I will say I think their characterization is interesting, and I think they're tackling some interesting concepts, like their whole metal virus thing, and then just kind of that, what is it? Because I know there was like a bit where like people were blaming the virus on Sonic, just because it had come about because there was a period of time where like Eggman lost his memory, and then people were like, oh, we need to, like, kill Eggman then. Like, he's vulnerable, but Sonic was like, no, like, he lost his memory, and now he's, like, he's not being evil. Like, he's not defaulting to evil, so, like, Sonic, being the good-hearted character that he is, was like, let's give him a chance. Like, let's leave him be. Let's not tell him about his past. And let's make him, like, let's let him redeem himself, essentially. But then eventually, like, Dr. Starline, I believe, found Eggman again, restored his memories, and then I think they ended up making the metal virus and then spreading it, and then it was like a big whole arc or whatever. So people were like blaming Sonic, so then there was this idea of like Sonic being guilty or like feeling guilty, and then like Eggman kind of getting in his head of like Sonic is carrying this virus, but his speed is able to like prevent it from fully taking over his body. So then it was kind of exploring like Eggman getting in his head of like, okay, yeah, you've been fighting off this virus, but also like, you know, how many people have you spread it to? How many, you know, particles of it have like spread to the wind and spread to other people? You know, how, you know, you say that I'm a bad guy, but also you're like, you fighting against it is also endangering other people. So I think that is very interesting. I think they play with interesting concepts. I like it a lot. I know some people like complain about like, oh, what is it, Ian Flynn or whatever, they like complain about his writing. People just complain just to complain though. I know the IDW comics have also been having like Silver in it. So I've seen people talk about like, oh look, Silver has a garden. And I'm like, that's cool. You wanna elaborate on anything else about him? Do you wanna explore like his past or his future? Or no, we're just gonna give him a garden. That's cool. That's cool. That's fine, I guess. So it's very interesting. And that's just the stuff that I've like seen off of like Instagram and stuff. I have not read the IDW comics. Curve that way. Silver was in one game of Sonic and is the worst game of Sonic. I am an 06 defender from a conceptual standpoint, because obviously like playing the game is it's rough. The controls are difficult. Like it was just constructed in a very like sloppy fashion, not due to like it was definitely like higher ups, I'm sure. I think it was of course a mix of multiple factors that like they had a lot of great ideas and great concepts. They just were not able to effectively execute them. So I like, and that's the crazy thing is like Sonic's campaign, again I was talking about this earlier, Sonic's campaign is horrible. It is so bad. It's literally just a Mario game. Like, it's just running around chasing Eggman. And, like, that's just kind of... And then you're like, oh no, Elise! And then you go back in time and then you save Elise. And it's like, yay, we did it! Okay, go play the other campaigns. And then you play Shadow's campaign. The best thing about 06 is Blaze. We do love Blaze. Blaze is great. But you play Shadow's campaign... And it's like, and I haven't finished Silver's campaign, but like, I don't think I've finished Shadow's campaign either, but like, Shadow has such like great campaign. Like just the story and what happens, and like he gets like great lines, like such an iconic line in there. It's great. It's so good. Also, I really like Mephiles as a character, and the design, and the fact that it's literally Shadow's shadow. It's so good. Again, like, they were cooking conceptually. It's just the execution was off. So, I have not played like the I know there's like the what am I thinking of? The like fan remake of 06. I think they just did like, I was hearing people talk about like, oh, they're just doing the like actual like remaking the levels. They're not redoing the cutscenes or anything. I'm like, well, yeah, because that's like, that's a lot. That's a lot to do. Because you would have to like reanimate the scenes. Unless they're just talking about like redoing them like in HD, like upscaling it or something. I don't know. And like I have an issue with 06's like models and stuff. Because like they definitely mocapped those characters for the animations. But because like the proportions for the characters are way off. Like their hands are so big. And that's just a style thing with Sonic in general. Their hands are so huge. And I don't personally care for that. I wish it was a bit more balanced. Especially because then, like, that gives you, like, if you're gonna make body parts exaggerated, like, I feel like Sonic should be more, like, his legs and feet should be more exaggerated because he runs a lot. And I feel like his moveset should be more, like, kicking based. But then, like, in, what was it, Smash? The Smash games? I feel like he, like, punches a lot, and I'm like, why? Like, when you kind of, like, charge up your strong attack, like, he does, like, a punch, and I'm like, why would you do that? Make him kick. Make him kick around and go crazy. I'm like, okay, whatever, you do you. You're the one making the game, I guess. I'll go around like this. It's crazy how much, like, I've just been holding on to all my Sonic opinions. It's funny that the end of 06 is that 06 doesn't exist. Yeah! See, I haven't, like, sat down and, like, saw the ending, but that is, like, something that I know about is, like, oh, the game just, like, doesn't technically happen. So I think it's interesting. Like, if they, I don't know if they've ever brought up anything about 06 in, like, the other games, since it, like, didn't happen. But then also, going back to Silver, like, we see Silver again, and he's just like, oh, hey, Sonic. And it's like, how do you, you're not supposed to know each other. Well, actually, I take it back. If we're going by the anchor theory that I was discussing earlier, then Silver would remember all of the changes. But nobody else would, theoretically. Again, I haven't seen the actual, like, any ending cutscenes or anything, so I'm not sure, like, the specifics of it. But I'm like, yeah, like, if we're going by anchor theory, then Silver would be able to remember what happened, in theory. Let me carve that one out here. God, talking about, I love, like, going over all my crazy theories and stuff. Like, this is something that I've been, like, thinking about lately. Because I've been in such a Sonic phase, I just have not been able to actually work on any of my Sonic stuff. So I want to do that. So Silver is my favorite character, personally. Shadow is very close second. Like, I feel like I should be more attached to Shadow, but Silver conceptually is such a compelling character to me. So I know, what was it, Sega, or the Sonic account, posted recently that, like, oh, look at the friends that we're pulling out of storage, and it was the 06, like, promo statues of, I know, just recently they posted the one for Shadow, but they posted the one for Silver. They're like, oh, look, we're taking Silver out of storage, and I'm like, Why are you taking silver out of storage? Shadow is in my first place. Since I was a kid, I like him. He's like, Shadow is great, absolutely. I love what they're doing with him with all of the like Year of Shadow stuff, and I love that they're expanding on like that connection to Black Doom and stuff, and they're like giving him Doom powers and stuff, and I think that's great. I love it so much. But them bringing the silver statue out of storage, like, they're probably just moving stuff around. But in my brain, I'm like, hey, Silver's first game, and only game, was 06. Are we gonna get Year of Silver in 2026? Are we gonna, because I would love that. A whole year with like silver related stuff, I think would be amazing. I think that would be so good. I would scream and cry and throw up. Will they give that to us? I don't even want to be like, oh no, they wouldn't. Like, I hope, I want it. I want it so bad. I think I need to like round these out, because making them too sharp is like, that's what's like killing the flow for me, and I don't like that. RIP to anybody that watches this that is like not invested in Sonic the Hedgehog and is like, what the hell are you talking about for half an hour? Like, there's no way I can explain this to you in a way that makes sense. Like, just trust me on it. Let's see. I think I'm gonna need to make the thumbnail like just Silver the Hedgehog. Like, you're not gonna be able to see any of the actual image that we're working on. It's just gonna be Silver the Hedgehog. I do really like I'm conflicted because I really like how these like ruffles and folds are coming out, but they are not quite matching these up here. I think because with these up here, I went with a more formulaic, whereas these are more like, I'm thinking more how they would actually flow and connect to each other. Oh, thank you. Yeah, this is a project for my illustration class. See, and I, like, these are more like they kind of loop together in and out like that. Like, that's what I was going for, but with these, I feel like it's more accurate to how I would usually do like folds and curves and stuff. Are you in university? Yeah. I am a college senior. Gonna get my Bachelor of Fine Arts in illustration / graphic design. I mean, it'll say illustration on my whatever, my like diploma, but it's like a subset of graphic design. Yeah, I'm ready to graduate. I'm ready to get out. I'm so tired of being in college. I'm ready to actually like start my life. Even though I know it's gonna suck and be really hard, like I want to have that. I want to experience it. So I've just been in school for so long. Yeah. Oh, it didn't like how that came out. Yeah, okay. There we go. Yeah. Man, I had like a matcha latte earlier and it was so good. But also my brain does hurt. I like had shakes earlier. I'm like, man, this sucks. Like, it was worth it. It was really good, but man, this sucks. Which is why I'm glad that I had it today instead of tomorrow, so I don't have to deal with the side effects tomorrow. In my case, I don't know how to say what my grade is in school. I'm like, well, in terms of like, cause I don't know where you're at, but in like the US, there's like high school, freshman is your first year, sophomore is your second year, junior is year 3, and then senior is like your 4th year. I'm actually like beyond senior. Like in college, this is my like 6th year. I've been in it longer than the recommended 4, just because I changed my major. Let me see. Let me make that a little bit smaller. Clean that up. I'm in 2nd or 3rd year. Okay. It'll either be, what is it? So either sophomore or junior. I mean, really, when you're in like college, at least to me, like the labels don't really matter anymore, because there are some people that are in college for just 2 years and they'll like get their associates or whatever and then leave, or there's like me that's like here is just 1st, 2nd, and university. Oh, okay. Because yeah, like usually over here, like you'll be at community college generally for like 2 years, and then you go to, what is it, like university for another 2 years, and to get your bachelor's. That's recommended though, like that does not happen. Like my friend was stuck at community college for, is it like 3 or 4 years? Like he was stuck there a while, like longer than, like I was at community college for just the 2 years. I was only taking 4 classes. Usually they tell you to take 5 in order to get out in like 2 years. I was only taking 4, but then I was taking some summer classes. Let me save again. I haven't saved in a while. But because there were certain classes, because he was going for like a specific science major, there were certain classes that he needed that was like, oh, this class is only available in like spring, so you'll have to wait here another year in order to take this one class that you need. So they like screwed him over with that. He was so pissed. Let's see. So then I got out at the like recommended 2-year mark, and some of my other friends were like still there too, or like in the case of one of my friends, like because we started college, do I want to merge that down yet? I think I do. Let me clean that off first. We started college in like 2019, and then pandemic happened, and we're like, damn. But one of my friends just didn't, like, after the pandemic, just didn't go back to school, because what he was going to school for was not something. I think I need to round this off. Was not something that they could do like through online learning. It was like a skill, like a trade, so it had to be like hands-on. So during like quarantine, he was just like, well, I can't go, like. And then after that, he was like, I don't like being in school. Like, he just does not vibe with being in school, so he just didn't go back. It bothers me because this sticks out like a lot. I think that's just my brain. No! back and fix that one. Today is Friday, I forgot. Yes, today is Friday. Yeah. Usually, it's funny because I lately have been, like, not a huge fan of Fridays, just because, like, I tend to work Saturday, Sundays. And then I'm so busy with, like, school stuff. So, like, to me, Friday signifies, okay, this is the last day of, like, being able to work on school stuff, because then I'm not usually able to really work on anything over the weekend. But I have tomorrow off from work. And actually, let me check. Let me see. I posted my shift for Sunday, because I'm trying to get Sunday off as well. But nobody's taken it yet. Damn it. That sucks. And I was asking my mom, because they were trying to, like, plan, like, oh, let's do a barbecue on Sunday. At first they were like, oh, let's do it on Saturday. And I'm like, we probably shouldn't do it on Saturday. Because, like, I have the day off, but I have the day off for my birthday. So I'm like, we shouldn't do it on Saturday, because I'm good. I would like to celebrate my birthday. So at first I was like asking my mom, like, okay, do I need to are we gonna do it Sunday then? Oops. Do I need to like post my shift so that somebody can take my Sunday shift? And she was like, I don't know if we'll do it Sunday yet. So I'm like, okay, I'll wait then. If you're not sure, I'll wait, because I don't want to post it, someone take my shift, and then like we don't end up doing barbecue, or like or they're like, oh, we won't do it, but we'll do it like next Saturday or something. So then I'm like, oh, damn. When is my birthday? It's currently 11:27 over here. So in 33 minutes. My birthday is Saturday the 19th. Yeah. That was another reason that I was like freaking out so bad about having to restart stream, because I'm like, no. Because at first I'm like, if I restart stream, like I'm not gonna or if I like stop stream, I didn't want to restart it. And I'm like, no, I want to keep streaming until it's like officially my birthday, and then I'll leave. But I had to do it. I had to bite the bullet. So I'll have to stitch. Here is your birthday, so happy birthday. Thank you. From your perspective, I'm all ready, but in 32 minutes, I'll be 23. Yeah. How do I want? No. Yeah. I have not picked a new. You're 17, almost 18. When that 18th rolls around, I hope you have a lovely 18th. Yeah. I'm like, wait, why am I like trying to save that part of the liner? I'm supposed to get rid of that. I'm like looking and I'm like, why is that there? This shouldn't be there. Man, it's crazy how bad my head hurts right now. But I don't want to stop. I want to keep going. See, it's crazy because like this, I'm looking at them and I'm like, the curves are very different. They're constructed very differently. But I like these bottom ones, but I don't want to have to go back and change these. So we're just gonna leave it for now, and then if my professor says something like, these are different, you should unify them or to make them more connected, then I'll just be like, damn, I guess I should. I know I need to go back, like, these are just like sketched in or whatever. Oh, and I can merge, I can merge these now because I feel more confident in them. I want to go back, I have an image saved. I want to put like actual notes from like actual sheet music in there, just to make it like more like authentic. So it's like, oh, if you know the culture and the music and can read sheet music, then you'll like actually recognize it, like, oh, this is the beginning of a certain song. But for like the purpose of the sketch, I think I had like I just like picked a random like sheet music and then threw it in there just to kind of be like, is this gonna be good? Is it gonna look okay? So yeah. I'm thinking, I'm like, do I want to keep working on this one or do I want to pivot to something else for a last like half hour? Hey, wait a minute. I'm like looking at the I'm like, this earring is like clipped onto just like the side of her face. We're gonna move that. I would actually even wager that we move it and like tilt it a little bit. Just so we get a little bit of like movement in there. Just to have that like illusion. Now of course I have to fill in like the neck there a little bit. And we will go back over here and fill that in. I might as well just fill that in, like just the whole like shadow shape. And then I have to clean this up. And clean that up. I always do this. I'll get so engrossed in like what I'm working on that I just like I've just been like sitting in silence. I've not had the like a video playing or anything. Well, and I keep picking short ones too. Like Danny Gonzalez usually does like pretty short stuff. Or like the one long one that I did pick was like what is it? Oh, I like picked one that was like a tech one that was like really long. But I started like halfway through. So then it finished. I'm like, man, whatever. Fill that in. It's crazy that I'm watching you from another country where we don't speak English and is far from USA. That is like such the like crazy thing about the internet. Like we all like bemoan that like, oh, the internet sucks and it's toxic or whatever. But it is cool that it's like able to connect people like that. I need to... From Argentina. Oh, nice. Very cool. Looking at this, like, okay. little adjustments that I didn't have to think about before because I had so much of it covered and now I can't have it covered. Oh, screw it. Just filling it all in. I don't care. I'm like, should I just... So I'm like, should I extend this a little bit? Just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit. I'll carve that a little more. I'm like, oh, that doesn't connect to that per se, so I need to like extend it up here. It's funny, I was like talking to some graphic design friends, was it yesterday? And because graphic design and illustration are like technically they're under the same graphic design umbrella, but they are treated as like separate majors almost. Like it's a different subsection of the major. So we have different classes that we're required to take. And so they were telling me about like their like branding class that they have. And they're just like, it's like so stressful and scary, like all of these things that they're telling us about like the industry and all the industry jobs and, you know, the expectations and stuff. And they're like, it's just, it sounds like awful. And I'm like, ha, sucks for you guys in the graphic design. Meanwhile, I'm over here, you know, being an illustrator and gonna freelance, meaning that I'll never get a job in doing what I want to do and I'll be doing minimum wage for the rest of my life. Like, haha, sucks for you guys. Yeah, like every time, because I follow some people that work in like animation and stuff, and they're like, man, we're on strike right now, and it sucks, and all this and that. And I'm like, I can't wait to join the creative industry. So it's like I'm ready to graduate and get out of college, but also I'm like, it's not looking good out there. It's looking pretty bad. And then I've got like grandparents that are like, we know someone that works in like Hollywood. We'll get you hooked up. We'll send you to go live with him, and he'll get you a job doing what he does. And I'm like, I don't think I want to move to LA though. Like, I like being here with my family. Like, I just can't see myself moving to LA. Especially because I hear about how disgusting traffic is over there and how terrible people are over there. And I'm like, I don't think I want that. I don't want that in my life. So it's crazy. It is crazy out there, and I don't like it particularly. I want to be done with this. Oh, we've gotten good progress because we did a lot of cleanup. I would even push this just a tiny bit more. just a tiny bit. And like round it out a little bit. I just had like a big image of like ripped Danny Gonzalez on my screen for a while. I should probably switch it out for a different video. What else should we watch? Okay, it's recommending me a documentary about the story of Donald Trump. That's choice for the YouTube algorithm to give me. That video being recommended to me. It's crazy like seeing a video be recommended to me that it shows that I've watched already and I'm like, I have no idea. I've never seen that man in my life. Oh my god, I got so sad the other day. No, not sad, but I was like, man, because I have an Epic Games account. Because my friend, like when I first got my PC, my friend was like, get an Epic Games account because they give away free games every week. So I'm like, oh, okay. And that's how I ended up with the, I think, like deluxe edition of, what is it? Dragon Age Inquisition, which is really good. I'm not far in it at all, but it's really good. But I saw recently that it was like a couple weeks ago that like Bear and Breakfast was gonna be for free. And I was like, oh yeah, I gotta make sure to log in that week when it's, because it'll show you what's currently free and then it shows like what's upcoming. So I'm like, oh, I gotta make sure I log in so I can get that. And then I forgot. So I came back because I was house sitting this week, and I come back and I log into my account. And I remember, I'm like, oh, that's right, Bear and Breakfast is gonna be for free. And then I log in and it's like showing some other game. And I'm like, no! Like, no, I missed out on Bear! So very, very unfortunate. I'm like waiting for them to put like another, I'm like, if they put Dragon Age Inquisition for free, like the whole game for free on there, one day they'll do it for Baldur's Gate. Like they gotta do it for Baldur's Gate one day. So I'm holding out hope for that. Is it realistic expectations? No. But I'm doing it anyway. Fried water. My throat hurts and also my head hurts. I was watching a Meat Canyon video about all the different stuff, you know, like mewing and like looks maxing and stuff. There was one where it's like you just like take a hammer to your face repeatedly, and that's supposed to like, I guess like kind of reconstruct your facial features. And I'm like, okay, I feel like I need that for my brain right now. My head hurts and I don't like it. Oh, look at that. I'm getting a video recommended to me about Scourge. We love Scourge. What is that? Ranking every frozen pizza? I was talking about this video earlier. Okay. Let me skip the ad, because I don't want to. Somewhere cheesy in Meatland. This is such a good video. I love this video. After I've done the whole video on Quentin reviews, I kind of want to do one on Meat Canyon. Specifically on like his live action stuff, especially recently. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that's good progress. So we'll. I'm just gonna be done with that for now. Let me go. Let me, because I don't know what I have labeled. Let me close the window capture real quick because I don't remember what I have labeled for my stuff. I watched chapter 12 of Madness Combat. I don't know what that is. Is that like an anime or something? It's a web series in YouTube. Okay. Maybe I'll check it out. I need to show. Where, screenshot. I'm gonna screenshot. No. Yeah, fine. I'll just screenshot with the UI in the way. I'm gonna screenshot. I need to show what this looks like. No, damn it, not the factor ad. Pictures. What did you... Let me show you. I love the... Again, I brought it up earlier. I love Meat Canyon's... well, it's on his second channel, Papa Meat. His ranking frozen pizzas video. It's like an hour long. Where's my screenshots? He got a, like, puppet. Like, an actual oven, like, life-size oven puppet named Margaret that he'll talk to during the video. Like, someone's playing, and it's like, some of it's like kind of improv, and it works so good. It's so funny. Let me move my... can I just drag and drop this? There it is. Okay, I can just drag and drop. This is what... This is the puppet that he got. It's like an actual, like, it's not like a functioning oven, but like she moves, the mouth opens and closes, the eyes move. It's crazy. This is Margaret. It's if you're not into that, yeah, we'll delete it. I needed to show it though. I'm like, she's in the background the entire video. She'll say things like during the video. Like she'll just have interjections. It's so funny though. She is hard to look at. She really, like, she's even got like legs and feet on the bottom. It's so... Oh, let me turn back the... We're gonna switch to my other project for a little bit. This is for a Zodiac project. So this one, because she gave us like 2 Zodiacs to pick from. So I picked Capricorn, and this one is Pisces, because I wanted to draw fish, because I like fish. But yeah, like... Like, the puppet's just, like, moving around in the back. Like, her eyes and her mouth is opening in the background. Like, she's just having the time of her life. The puppet work is so good with her. It's very minimal movement, but what is there is so good. I absolutely recommend the video. It's great. Let's see. Okay. Okay. It reminds me of Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. I could see that. It's just very, like... Because his style in his animations is very, like, overly detailed and realistic and exaggerative. It's very, like, caricature-esque, but to, like, a very gross degree. It's so funny how, like, when Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared first came out, like, I could not handle it. I'm like, I don't want to look at it. It's too gross for me. It's too insane. It's too intense. But I think now I would be able to watch it. I mean, given, like, the other stuff that I've seen, like Margaret, or, like, I've been watching or rewatching the Traumathon, Goose Boost. Will do in the past, like, several consecutive years, he's done, like, every single day, or as close as he could get to it, every day in October, he would post a video about, like, something either that he experienced or that, like, was a viewer submission of something that was, like, traumatic, like media from our, like, childhood that was traumatic in some sense. And sometimes it was, like, actually, like, scary movies and stuff, but a lot of times it was just, like, a children's show that just, like scared people for some reason, like Barney or Teletubbies, and he would just kind of, like, discuss the media and be like, oh, why was this scary, or I can see why this is scary, or I don't see why this is scary, stuff like that. I really enjoy those videos. I believe the first 4, I know definitely the first 3 have been, like, compiled into an actual, like, single video. That's, like, just a marathon of all the episodes in that season. I don't know if the 4th one has, and I know the 5th one has not. The 5th one was especially, like, short. I think that one was definitely lacking in videos. I don't think it was the full, like, 31 days or whatever. I really like those videos, though. Which is funny because I'm like, I am just such a baby with, like, horror content. I can't handle horror stuff. I can't handle heavy gore or anything. I think certain things, like psychological horror, is very interesting. I think body horror is really cool. When, like, again, I think horror concepts and horror aspects are great when they're used thoughtfully, but when it's just, like, gore for the sake of gore and gross out, I can't do it. Like, there's just, it doesn't feel meaningful, and it's like, if I'm gonna put myself through the torture of watching this, I want it to at least be meaningful in some capacity. Let's see. So yeah, I recommend Meat Canyon or Papa Meat. I recommend Goose Boost, specifically his Traumathon, but I know he does other great stuff too. It's just I tend to go for the Traumathon every October, just to get in the Halloween season, get in the spirit. I'm like, what did I... This is all the backing. I don't think I have anything on this other layer. Yeah, there's nothing on that layer. And then this is the top one. Let me see. I don't know if I really like this pose, personally. First of all, the arc of her head is too reminiscent of shrimp. And I don't, even here too, like, it arcs too much to where it reminds me of shrimp. That won't be as much of an issue when I color her. Because she's going to be more of like a grayish green kind of color. Because she's going to be a carp. Because Pisces, because she was like, I want you guys to do a bunch of research. So Pisces is in Greek mythology, was two koi fish that saved like Aphrodite and her son. But then I was looking into it because I was looking at koi fish, and I'm like, koi fish are like typically like white and orange, but the colors associated with Pisces aren't like, they don't go with that. They're more cool colors. But I was looking into it, and koi are a like subgroup of carp fish. So I'm just gonna make her a carp and just do more of like a bluish green and gray color palette, like more muted color palette, at least for like her body, and then maybe have like her clothes be more colorful. But again, I want her to be more of like a cool and like light palette, whereas Capricorn, I'm undecided yet. I don't know quite yet what I want to do with Capricorn, because that one I think is also like, it's more like a dark blue and like brown and stuff. But Capricorn's demeanor is more like, thinking more of like the like Sigma grind set, you know, like more like business focused and efficient and like, you know, doing things your way and stuff. Perfectionist, whereas Pisces is like almost the opposite of that. So it's funny because I originally proposed this idea to my professor, because I worded it wrong though. Where she was like, oh, you know what you want to do? And I'm like, oh, I'm thinking like have like kind of do their like daily routine of like, but you know, they're like very different, so it'd be like 2 different comic pages that'll like link together in the middle. And she's like, okay, but you know, like kind of like, she didn't say it was boring, but she was like, oh, you can like, it's like not interesting, or it's like kind of like, I don't know. I think because she was thinking like, oh, it's just a couple, like romantic partners, like doing their like, I phrased it as daily routine, but in actuality it's like, okay, this is like a freelance independent artist, like painter or whatever. She wakes up late with her 2 cats, and she'll have her like room like decorated and stuff in here. And then I think in here I want her to be like going, kind of like walking. I'm thinking like walking through like the city or whatever, just like picking up her like art supplies or something like from the store, and like here she's like getting ready like when she first wakes up, and I want like the panels to be like overlapping to kind of show she's a bit more like messy and like disorganized, at least in comparison to Capricorn, who's gonna be more like, Capricorn's gonna be like a lawyer. So I'm not entirely sure what I want to do for this one, and I'm also not entirely sure what I do, because I'm not like married to the idea of it being like, oh, it's 12, it's midnight, I'm technically, officially 23 now. Yippee! I mean, technically I was born at like 10 in the morning, like 10:04. But like legally or whatever, I'm 23 now. Yay! I can't wait for my alarm to still go off at 6 in the morning, and I'm just gonna get up at 6 in the morning. I don't really care. I'm just gonna be really tired. Yeah, I don't know what I think I need to look at some references because I'm not entirely sure what I want to do with these. I know what I want her to be doing like her like painting and like being in like her little kind of like running her like little independent shop or whatever, like handcrafted stuff. But I don't entirely know how I want to do like composition for it. I say as I continue to like just work on it. See, we love doing the like contrapposto, like having the hips be opposite to the shoulders. I'm thinking like, because when not when I paint, but when I like, if I have to do like spray adhesive on stuff, like if I paint like my Pokemon cards, I need to do like a spray adhesive on it to seal the paint in there. For that, I would wear like a mask and gloves and stuff. So I'm thinking like maybe keep that for her or like have it around her to kind of like suggest that she's like working with like some more like hazardous materials also. She's a traditional artist. I feel like she would have like Procreate and do some digital stuff, but I feel like she would prefer doing traditional. But I also want to have like her room in the back a little bit, like maybe have like some incense burning, maybe have like some like a little jar of like the, not a jar, but like a little bowl of like her crystals or whatever. Do like the salt lamp in the back. Maybe do like some little landscapes in the background or something. I'm also not sure what like part of me, for the sake of readability, to like highlight this topmost figure, I kind of want to keep all of the like everything in the panels like monochrome, like a light blue or something. But I also don't want to do that. Because I want to focus on like the colors of her room. Maybe a more limited palette, but I want to focus on like, I want to give her room color and show like colors that represent her instead of just one. So I have time. We just barely started this project. I started it early, which was good because I liked to take a lot of time to do a bunch of research and stuff and kind of figure out. I didn't even do like rounds of sketches and like trying out different ideas. It's just from my research, this was like the concept that like stuck out to me, and I'm like, I like this. I want to do this. I want to experiment with this. And also I like doing comics. So I feel like I'm trying to take more opportunities to do like comic stuff, even if it's just a short like 1 to 2 page thing. I want to have more of that. I'll say it's gonna be very interesting when I upload the VOD of this tomorrow, because we have some new songs in the stream playlist that I don't know if it's gonna trigger copyright or not. If it does, like, that's fine, I don't care. Like, none of my stuff is monetized anyways, even though I wish it was. But we'll see. I'll keep my eye on it and see if it gets claimed or not. And luckily, if it does get claimed, it should tell me like what song it was, so I know to remove it. It's gonna be a pain to remove, but that's fine. Okay, let me pivot over here. Okay. Saved my... It's interesting. The brown is lighter and more red on my screen than it is on the extra monitor here. Because the extra monitor is more like dark and dull. Like it doesn't have that redness to it. Very interesting. Okay. Well, now that we've hit officially my birthday, I need to go to bed. I need to go to bed. We had a productive stream. I have been trying to stream more and stay more on top of my weekly streams. I just always am nervous about it slowing down my work progress. Especially when when my pen dies on me. That was not great, but it's fine, it's okay. It's whatever. Alright, so with that, I do need to go. I need to go to bed. My head hurts so much still. But thank y'all for being here. I always appreciate having someone in chat to talk to, even if it's just for a little bit. So thank you for popping in. Thank you for letting me discuss Silver the Hedgehog. I feel like I should go back and like clip that and like post it and be like, if you want to hear my thoughts on Silver the Hedgehog, go watch my stream. But yeah, so I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna go to bed. I shouldn't have any issues or anything going on next Friday. I do still. I current schedule is streaming every Friday, usually about 8 to 8:30 Pacific Standard Time. I know it's not super convenient time for most people given time zones. It's just the only time that really works for me. I'm hoping some days I can like set aside after like time in the afternoon on like Fridays or whatever to just knock out a bunch of drawing and do a bunch of drawing. But generally I have to reserve that time for like essays and stuff and like readings. But we'll see if there's ever any changes in the scheduling, if I need to like delay a stream or like cancel it for the week or even like move it up and do it earlier like I would like to. I'm trying to be better at being consistent across like multiple social medias. Tomorrow will be my last art post on Twitter, and then like Twitter I'm just gonna use for like announcements and rambling. I am on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, but not, I'm trying to move away from it. Threads, but nobody uses Threads. I feel like I should, but nobody uses Threads. And Blue Sky, and I've been uploading my stuff to Pinterest as well, just for the heck of it. I am most active on, generally it's been Twitter and Instagram, but again, switching from Twitter to Blue Sky. So if you ever want like updates on like stream schedule or anything, or even just want to see my work, it's the same username that I have here. I have a main channel for YouTube, and then all of my Twitch VODs will be uploaded on Smagump's VOD Nest over on YouTube, separate from my main channel. But all my, I will combine, because the stream got cut in half, I will take the extra time to combine them tomorrow when I get up. So they'll just be like combined, there'll just be a little bit of like a cut there. But that should be up sometime tomorrow. Given the rendering time, it'll probably be in like the afternoon, like early afternoon or something, or late morning. But that is all for me. I must head out now. My birthday wish is for everybody to go watch my stuff on YouTube and like a bunch of my posts on like Instagram and whatever. I have one scheduled for tomorrow, so I'll post it as soon as I get up, but it's a good one. I'm very happy with it. Alright, see, this is the song that I'm like, I don't know if this one will be okay or not. It's relatively new. It's an indie game, so I don't know if it'll be okay to use. If they like flag it, like I'm not gonna be like, oh man, but like I'll just remove it. It's fine. I know, like, I don't know. Alright, gamers. Stay safe, take care of yourselves. Don't drink too much caffeine, please. Bad for you. It'll mess you up and give you bad headaches. But take care and have a lovely week.